You feel that? That slow, dull heaviness in your chest when you wake up? It's not physical exhaustion. It's soul fatigue. You wake up every day already tired, not because you didn't sleep enough, but because you're dragging around this silent weight of unlived potential. It's there when you brush your teeth. It's there when you open your phone before even standing up. It's there when you scroll past someone else's success story and whisper to yourself, "Must be nice." There's a spark missing, and you know it, but you've learned how to look functional while feeling empty. You've mastered the art of seeming okay while living a life that's way below what you know you're capable of. You're not alone in this, but that doesn't make it acceptable. Let's cut the noise. Let's call it what it is. You've been sedated by routine, numbed by distraction. You built a life based on comfort, not growth, and it's catching up to you in the form of quiet discontent. You tell yourself you're grateful and fine, but deep down you know you've been bullshitting yourself. You've been waiting for the timing to feel right, waiting for a sign, waiting for your energy to come back, waiting for someone to come fix it all. Here's the truth. No one is coming. That job you hate won't fix itself. That body you neglect, it's not going to miraculously transform. That dream that's been sitting on the shelf for years, it's not going to tap you on the shoulder and beg you to take action. Life doesn't hand out magic wands. It hands out time. And most people waste it, one excuse at a time. You've got this whisper in your gut that says, there's more. But you keep silencing it with cheap dopamine and other people's opinions. You want change, but not discomfort. You want success, but not sacrifice. You want clarity, but you refuse to sit in silence long enough to hear yourself. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Wanting more but doing nothing differently. So let's get painfully honest. You're not stuck. You're not cursed. You're just choosing distraction over discipline, comfort over chaos. And let me tell you, growth is chaos. It's messy. It's inconvenient. It doesn't come with a mood filter or a playlist, but it works. And right now you have two paths. Keep doing what you've been doing and quietly decay. Or take ownership and start turning the wheel in the opposite direction. No more waiting for a reset button. This is the reset. You don't need a sign. This is your sign. That feeling in your gut isn't anxiety. It's unspent potential. It's your spirit getting louder because your actions are getting smaller. And if you ignore it long enough, it'll go quiet. That's how people die while still alive. The good news, you're not dead yet. But you better start acting like you're alive. You don't need some overnight miracle. You just need a line in the sand. A moment where you say, enough. Enough wasting time. Enough living small. Enough pretending tomorrow will magically fix what you avoided today. The truth is, your life changes the moment you do. And that moment, it could be right now, if you're bold enough to claim it. Let's tackle one of the most recycled lies people tell themselves. I don't have time. Bullshit. You do have time. You just don't control it. And worse, you don't even track where it's going. Don't get defensive. I'm not here to attack you. I'm here to wake you up. Because that phrase, I don't have time, is the modern version of, I've given up, but I'm pretending it's noble. It sounds responsible. It sounds like you're just overwhelmed, but in reality, it's avoidance dressed as maturity. So let's run a simple audit. Take out your phone. Go to screen time. I dare you. What's the number? Don't skip this. Look at the app breakdown. Instagram, 2 hours. TikTok, 3 hours. YouTube, another 2. That's 7 hours. Gone. Every single day. That's a full-time job's worth of time down the drain every week, and you didn't even notice. That's not a lack of time. That's mismanagement. And if I told you that you only needed 2 hours a day to transform your body, your bank account, your self-worth, you'd say, I wish I had that. Well, you do. You're just spending it on other people's lives instead of building your own. Here's the hard truth. You have time for whatever you decide is important. Full stop. You make time for your job. You make time for Netflix. You make time for doom scrolling, gossip, errands, and emails. But when it comes to your own growth, suddenly you're too busy. No, you're just not prioritizing it. And listen, you don't need 10 hours a day to change your life. You need consistency. You need an hour of intention instead of 5 hours of random noise. Let's talk about a guy I knew. Worked full-time, single dad, 40 pounds overweight, told me, I want to get in shape, but I don't have time. I asked him what time he went to bed. He said, around 11, but I scroll for a while. What time do you wake up? 7.
You don't need a 6-month plan. You need a 6-minute window to start. Just get uncomfortable for one small moment. That's it. Get up when the alarm goes off. Say no to the second helping. Choose silence over another scroll. Small hinges swing big doors. You've been conditioned to think you're supposed to feel inspired before you act, but that's backwards. Action creates clarity. Action creates energy. Still think you don't have time? Cool. Then write out your entire day, hour by hour. I dare you. Highlight what actually moved your life forward, not what looked productive, what actually mattered. If you're brave enough to do that, you'll see where the time is hiding. It's in the gray space, the I'm just chilling space, the one more episode space. And if you don't face that, you'll spend the next 5 years running in place. Busy, but not productive. Tired, but not fulfilled. So the next time you say, I don't have time, stop. Replace it with, it's not a priority. And if that sentence stings, good. That's the point. Let's talk about the thing you blame every time you fall off track, your phone. You act like it's some external force hijacking your life, like it's this evil little device whispering, scroll forever, forget your dreams. No, it's not haunted, it's not cursed. It's a mirror, and it's showing you exactly what you value. You say it distracts you, but the truth is, you're already looking for a distraction. The phone just makes it easier. You didn't get derailed because of a notification. You were already off course and waiting for an excuse. Look, I'm not here to pretend tech isn't powerful. It is. Your phone is more powerful than the computers that got us to the moon. But most people use it like a toy instead of a tool. Let me ask you this. How many apps on your phone build you up? How many apps track your goals, your habits, your spending? How many teach you skills, expand your mind, help you grow? Now compare that to how many apps are designed to keep you numbed out and addicted. And be honest, where are you spending your time? Your phone can be a gym, a university, a business hub, a journal, a library, or it can be a casino and a babysitter. That's your call. Here's the brutal part. It's not the algorithm's fault. You trained it. Every time you clicked on drama, it took notes. Every time you binge-watched mindless content, it paid attention. Now it's giving you what you told it you want. You trained your feed, and now your feed is training you. And this isn't a moral argument. I'm not saying it's wrong to enjoy entertainment. I'm saying it's dangerous to be unaware of how much it owns you.
Check your average screen time. Now ask yourself, if I put even half of those hours into something that mattered, where would I be in 6 months? You already know the answer. We have more opportunity now than any generation in history. You can start a business from your bedroom. You can learn a new career on YouTube for free. You can automate income. You can write a book. You can build a following, but instead you're watching strangers prank their grandparents. Again, not judging, but if you're unhappy, stuck, unfulfilled, and telling yourself it's just hard to stay motivated, yet you've watched 400 hours of TikTok this year, then yeah, the problem isn't your phone, it's your choices. Here's the shift. Start using your phone like a weapon, not a weakness. Delete the apps that keep you on autopilot. Turn your lock screen into a reminder, not a trap. Use timers, block apps, replace dopamine loops with intention loops. Follow people who educate, not just entertain. Watch content that builds your skills, not just your comfort. Your phone is either draining you or building you. There is no neutral. And the moment you take full responsibility for that, not half, not, yeah, but it's hard, not, I'm addicted, full responsibility, that's when the power shifts. Because then you're in control again. Tech isn't going anywhere. Neither is the distraction economy. But you don't have to be another zombie on the scroll wheel. So stop acting like your phone is the villain. It's not the villain, it's the weapon. And the weapon is only dangerous if it's in the wrong hands.
You think you need motivation? No, you don't. You need a damn system. Motivation is what gets you hyped for 2 days and ghosting yourself by day 3. It's that sugar rush of, I'm gonna change everything, followed by the crash of, why am I like this? And let me tell you, the world is full of motivated people who've done nothing with their lives. Motivation is emotional. Systems are structural. One comes and goes. The other shows up whether you feel like it or not. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Let me give it to you straight. If your goal is to get fit, but you don't meal prep, don't plan workouts, don't schedule time for exercise, then your goal is just a wish with a protein shake. If you want to grow a business, but you don't set hours, don't track progress, don't create systems for outreach or content, then you don't own a business. You own a fantasy. Want to save money? Set up automatic transfers, track your spending, stick to a boring budget. That's the diet. It's not sexy, it's not inspiring, but it works. This is the stuff no one posts about. The spreadsheet, the calendar, the habit tracker. That's what changes lives, not another goosebump-inducing quote on Instagram. Let me guess, you keep thinking, if I just felt more motivated, I'd get serious. No. If you had a system, you would need motivation. Waking up at 6 a.m. isn't about willpower. It's about going to bed at 10, putting your phone in another room, laying out your clothes the night before. That's a system. Eating clean isn't about discipline every single meal. It's about not keeping crap food in the house, buying groceries with a list, planning ahead so you don't have to rely on feeling strong every time. Posting consistently online isn't about being creative every day. It's about batching your content, scheduling in advance, creating templates so you don't reinvent the wheel. Systems remove friction. They take emotion out of it. You don't ask yourself, do I feel like doing this? You just do it because it's on the calendar, because it's automated, because it's part of the blueprint.
If you keep skipping workouts because you're tired after work, stop working out after work. Schedule it before or during lunch, or reduce the time. Adjust the system, not your self-worth. And stop saying, I just need to try harder. No, you don't. You need to make it easier to win. It's not about being tougher, it's about being smarter. Here's a truth most people don't want to hear. You're not lazy. Your systems are trash. Fix that, and the rest gets easier. Track your habits, build routines, automate good decisions. Make it hard to fail. Because when you rely on motivation, you're gambling with your future. But when you build systems, you create momentum that doesn't need your mood's permission. Every successful person you admire, they run on boring systems. Not hype beast routines, just consistency over time. So ask yourself right now, where do you keep hoping motivation will save you? And what system can you build to replace that hope with results? If you're tired of quitting halfway, it's not because you're weak. It's because you've been trying to run a marathon on sugar water. Switch to the real fuel, systems. Then watch your entire life change, one unsexy, unstoppable day at a time. Let's kill one of the most dangerous lies in modern self-help: balance. You keep hearing, find balance, achieve harmony, make time for everything. That's poetic, but it's also a complete load of crap. You want a meaningful life? Something's got to give. Because real growth is not about balance, it's about sacrifice. And if you don't choose what to sacrifice, the world will choose for you. Everyone's obsessed with optimizing their life like a Pinterest board. Wake up early, meditate, journal, workout, deep work, socialize, meal prep, hustle, rest, be present, learn, and somehow still look hot, feel zen, be rich, and never burn out. Get real. You're not going to balance all that. You're going to prioritize. Or you're going to collapse under the illusion that you're supposed to be everything, everywhere, all at once.
Let me give it to you straight. If you're building a business, your social life will suffer. If you're fixing your health, you might not have time to binge your favorite shows. If you're chasing excellence in one area, expect neglect in another. That's not failure, that's focus. And yeah, it's gonna look messy. You'll drop balls. People will get annoyed. You'll miss birthdays, skip happy hours, and make sacrifices others won't understand. That's what it takes. You can't create a masterpiece without making a mess. You keep trying to live like you're supposed to juggle it all while smiling. But the people who actually do great things, they don't chase balance, they chase clarity. They know what matters this season, they cut what doesn't, and they accept the discomfort of looking unbalanced in the eyes of people who are standing still. Ask yourself, what's your top priority right now? Not your wish list, your priority. Now ask, what are you actively doing every day to serve that priority? Be honest. If your actions don't align, you're lying to yourself. You're not chasing your priority, you're chasing approval. You're not prioritizing what matters, you're trying to look good, doing everything. Here's what I'll tell you. As someone who's seen people burn out chasing balance, you don't need more balance. You need more courage. Courage to say no. Courage to be misunderstood. Courage to disappoint people. Courage to double down on what actually builds your life. Because when you try to give 10% to everything, you give 100% to nothing. Ruthless prioritization means something will suffer. But when you choose what suffers, you regain control. You get intentional. You become dangerous in a good way. Let me give you a quick exercise. Write down everything you're trying to do right now. Projects, responsibilities, personal goals, family stuff. Now draw a line through half of them. Not because they're unimportant, but because you can't do everything at once. Then choose the top 1 to 2 that matter most for the next 90 days. Not forever, just this season. Then go all in.
And that's why most people won't win. Because they're not too late, they're just too distracted. They've confused entertainment with education. They've tricked themselves into thinking that because they've consumed 10 hours of content about making money online, they've done something. You haven't. The people who win, they take messy, imperfect, ugly action. They start the YouTube channel even when the lighting sucks. They write the ebook even when it's not polished. They post the product even when the branding's not done. And they fix it along the way. Look around. People are building 6-figure income streams from affiliate marketing with no followers, using free tools and consistent effort. People are using AI to build content pipelines, write SEO blogs, design digital products, and they're learning as they go. People are flipping digital assets, selling templates, launching Etsy stores, coaching, freelancing, consulting. And no, not just tech bros in San Francisco, moms, students, people in debt,
people working 2 jobs. The difference? They started. And fitness? Don't even get me started. You don't need a fancy gym. You need a pair of shoes, a floor, and a calendar. You don't need supplements. You need water and protein. You don't need motivation. You need consistency. I've seen people drop 50 pounds walking after dinner and tracking their meals on free apps. I've seen 60-year-olds start weight training and end up more fit than they were at 30. I've seen people change their entire posture, confidence, energy levels, not because they were inspired, but because they were tired of feeling like crap. Money? You can start investing with 10 pounds, use Vanguard, index funds, build it slow, steady, or start flipping stuff on eBay, selling skills on Fiverr, offering value, not just opinions. Your life can look radically different in 6 to 12 months, not overnight, not perfectly, but radically if you pick a lane and stay in it long enough to get results. You're not stuck, you're just scattered. You don't need a genius plan. You need to stop changing the plan every 3 days. The tools are here, the access is here. What's missing? Your focus, your decision, your movement. This is your advantage. This is your window. Don't waste it chasing trends and feeling sorry for yourself while the world hands out opportunity to people who are just dumb enough to start. You don't need more time, you need more urgency.
And when the guilt creeps in, remind yourself, you can do anything, but not at the same time. That's not weakness, that's strategy. So stop striving for the illusion of balance. Start building your life like a project, with phases, focus, and fire. Because at the end of the day, either you choose what matters, or the world will keep choosing for you, and it won't care if it breaks you. Let's cut through the fog of excuses for a minute and talk about what's actually possible. Right now, for you, in this exact moment in history. You're not living in the 90s. You don't need a loan to start a business. You don't need to go back to school to change your career. You don't need some gatekeeper's permission to make money, get healthy, build something, or learn a new skill. You're living in the most unfairly advantageous era ever created. Let's start with AI. ChatGPT, Midjourney, Claude, Notion AI. These aren't cool tools. They're leverage. You can write blog posts, business plans, product descriptions, entire websites in minutes. You can build an income stream on the side using tools you don't even fully understand yet, because the barrier to entry is now execution, not expertise. You can learn anything, and I mean anything. Want to code? YouTube tutorials. Want to start a Shopify store? Step-by-step free courses. Want to become a better speaker, writer, thinker, parent, investor? It's all there. No gatekeeping, no tuition fees. You know what the only price is? Your attention.
If you want a better body, start today. Walk 20 minutes, drink water, track your food. If you want more income, open a notebook, brainstorm value, offer it, sell something. If you want peace, turn off your phone, journal, breathe, protect your energy like it's gold. You already know what to do. You're just scared of committing because commitment kills your fantasy of what if. Well, kill it. Kill the fantasy. Kill the version of you that needs things to be perfect before you start. This is not about hype. It's about ownership. And if you don't take full responsibility for your future, don't complain when it looks exactly like your past. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're not too broken, but you might be too passive. And that's a choice. So let's end this with one final challenge. Lock in for 12 months. 1 full year. No dabbling, no bouncing, no maybe. Pick your goal. Build the system. Track the effort. Stick through the boredom. Fight through the setbacks. And at the end of those 12 months, you won't even recognize yourself. You'll be clearer, sharper, stronger, freer. Not because someone gave you a breakthrough, but because you earned it. So I'll leave you with this. Are you in, or are we having this same conversation next year? Here we are, the end of the line, or the beginning, if you've got the guts for it. Let me ask you something simple, something serious. If not now, when? Really think about that. You keep saying soon. You keep saying after this week. You keep saying once things settle down. Newsflash, they're not going to settle down. There's no magical clearing in your calendar where the stars align and your energy is perfect and your mental health is radiant and all the traffic lights turn green. There's just now. This messy, imperfect, overloaded now. And it's all you've got. So let me say it clearly, without the fluff. You've already wasted enough time. This isn't about guilt. This is about choice. You've seen what happens when you coast. You've seen what happens when you wait for motivation. You've lived the consequences of maybe later, and it's cost you. It's cost you confidence, momentum. It's cost you a jhana into paralysis, opportunities that passed you by while you scrolled and doubted and overthought yourself. But that doesn't have to be your story from here. This next year, these next 12 months could be the most focused, growth-packed, transformative season of your entire life. But only if you lock in. No more dabbling. No more half effort. No more reinventing yourself every 3 weeks because you saw a new strategy on TikTok. Pick a lane. Stick to it. Track your progress. Build the boring habits. Ignore the noise. And while everyone else is chasing dopamine, looking for hacks, waiting to feel right, you'll be building something real. Slowly, steadily, relentlessly. That's how it happens. Not in a lightning bolt. In decisions made when no one's watching. In boring nights where you show up anyway. In weeks where nothing seems to be working but you keep going because your why matters more than your mood. Let me break it down even further. You don't need to change everything. You just need to change the direction. Start moving forward consistently without apology.